When you waiting on the bull market. Just waiting on the bull market to start. That's all. We ain't doing nothing. Just waiting on the bull market. Just waiting on that bull market. So, let's talk crypto. It's been a big day in the crypto space. We got a new ETF that is connected to Bitcoin's not spot price. It's more of a leverage situation, but we are one step closer. That is bringing a lot of positive energy into the market. We also have more developments from the Coinbase SEC situation. So apparently Coinbase had a situation going on with the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court has decided to cease proceedings for now. This is being looked at as something that is good for Coinbase, good for the sector. So this is great news. We also have crypto.com, ladies and gentlemen, receiving a virtual asset service provider license from Spain. Now, I'm going to tell you this, guys. Listen to me and listen to me good. Now, we focus on payment coins on this channel. Crypto.com is one of those payment coins that will be a beast. And it will be a beast mainly because of how many of these virtual asset service provider licenses, licenses that they have. And it can't believe it's starting to rain now. It kind of sucks. But as you can see, guys, we were at the zoo earlier, so I didn't really have time to sit at the desk, put together a, full show that I like to call it, put together the full show. But there was still activity in the space, and I wanted to jump on here, chop it up with you guys, share the information in case you haven't had a chance to, look down at social media, hop on Twitter yet. But yes, got some good news for Coinbase, great news for Bitcoin. I think since the SEC is starting to accept these new investment vehicles centered around digital assets, this is going to put us in a good position for the next couple of months. Okay, we've been doing some discussion in our group chat where we still see a dip somewhere in the future. Okay, but the way things are sitting right now, it really looks like July and August are gonna be in our favor, ladies and gentlemen. And here's another piece of news that just it blew my mind, ladies and gentlemen. So last night, Coinbase Custody decided to officially list VeChain. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. After 2 years, Coinbase has made a decision. They're going to list VeChain. Now, VeChain has been on this list for a number of years, like I said. And what I love is the wording, okay? It's the wording here. Basically, what the list that we were going off of all of this time was just a list of assets that were under consideration. Certain assets on the list were Aptos, I know was one of them. Rally was another. A couple metaverse gaming projects. Some of those were deemed to be securities by the SEC in recent weeks, but VeChain has made it through the fire, ladies and gentlemen. And there's a couple more assets that I think we're going to get word of before this year is over. Digibyte might be one of them. API Rosetta implementation, just look that up. But this is going to be major, guys, because if you're watching this video today, the trading has not officially begun yet. What Coinbase likes to do when they list new assets is they like to have a period where they bring in liquidity, essentially. As of recording, VeChain's price sitting is up 12%. All right. We're about to break into a 2-cent VeChain for the first time in 3 to 4 months. Good 3 to 4 months. But this is major, guys, because with VeChain now being on Coinbase, it's going to allow more people to get exposed to the asset. And when it comes to the securities discussion, VeChain is as decentralized as you can get it, ladies and gentlemen, which is probably why they decided to make that decision now when they did, being under the scrutiny from the SEC, having to go back and look at how they evaluate assets. I think through that process, VeChain got looked at and they said, okay, we have a decentralized network that would be safe from any type of securities violation, things like that. Let's go ahead and run it. So I'm excited, ladies and gentlemen. I'm excited about that. You guys know VeChain is one of the Elite 8 projects, and it's for a reason, ladies and gentlemen. I will tell you, yes, my VeChain bag is looking quite substantial. All right, that extra 6% I was looking for in yesterday's video, I got it. I got it. So I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited. We're still sitting above 31K, man. It's been a long time since we've seen 31K. And I can tell you this, and I'm going to let you guys go, because those who are new to this market, it can get exciting when those prices, they have been down for so long and they start going green. But ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you this. As somebody who has been here before, as somebody who has seen the market, seen Bitcoin go from 3,000 to 10,000, from 10,000 to 40,000, and from 40,000 to 60,000, the fun ain't started yet, ladies and gentlemen. We are only at the beginning. You know that part of the roller coaster that's right before the apex, right before that drop? That's where we're at. We're literally like here, and we're just now starting to turn. Wait till that cart drop, boy. Oh boy, it's gonna be exciting. But that's all I got for this one, guys. Just wanted to tap in with you, see what was going on. I'm making a point to just be present every day. All right. I have a thing about always putting my best foot forward and providing quality, but now I'm in a different mode. Now I'm out here literally filming videos in the rain for you guys. Okay. It's because I love it. And we got to get this crypto. So with that being said, before I get rained on and lose this phone, I want you to have a great day. Have a prosperous day. And most importantly, make sure you tell your friends that if that money is digital, so is the hustle. My name is Wade. I'll see you in the next episode.
BRICS group meeting this year with foreign ministers from the 5 nations gathering in Cape Town today. Now, that comes ahead of a leader summit set for August. For more on this, let's go to Jennifer Zabazaja, our Africa correspondent who is in Cape Town. Jen, what are the priorities for the leaders meeting this week?
Yeah, Danny, I mean, it's really significant. As we know, BRICS was started back when a lot of these economies that encompass this organization were known as emerging economies. But of course, as we know, that's really grown in significance, and especially when we consider what the world is facing at this point in time. So when we look at the agenda, the official agenda, there's a few top line details that are going to be discussed this year, including delivering a mutually accelerated growth, sustainable development, and inclusive multilateralism. There's also some points about how BRICS, this grouping of nations, can create synergies between that of the G20. And of course, as we know, China, Russia, India, Brazil, and South Africa encompass a significant proportion of the future growth of the global economy. And so a lot of discussion is going to be had on how they can move forward in what they're calling a multipolar world. And as you mentioned earlier, there is potentially going to be discussions about a currency derived specifically for these BRICS nations. And especially when we think about the world as globally moving away from the dollar, we're seeing potentially discussions around whether or not BRICS can create a currency pegged to specific minerals, things like gold. And so that will be among the things that are discussed this week. But here in Cape Town, a number of foreign ministers, as you mentioned, the 5 from the BRICS nations, but then also a number of foreign ministers from nations from what they're calling the Friends of the BRICS. So that includes foreign minister from Argentina, from Indonesia, from Egypt, and from the UAE and Saudi. And so a lot of these other nations have been talking about whether or not it is time for them to be a part of it. And we'll see whether or not these 5 BRICS nations actually accepts them. Danny.